All right, I am Professor Musanti. I am a marketing professor at Springfield, and I'm here with Billy Wellesby, who is a sophomore here at the college, and we're just going to talk for a few minutes about why he selected college and the experience he's had since he's been here and all that good stuff. So, all right, Billy. So let me ask you this: where are you from?
I am from York, Pennsylvania, so about 7 hours away from the school.
Okay, and your main reason for not main, but I guess some of the reasons why you decided to choose Springfield.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest attraction for me is Springfield has a men's gymnastics team. There's only, I believe, 13 or 12 teams left in the country for men's gymnastics that's sponsored by NCAA. So I found the school through men's gymnastics, but once coming and visiting, I learned a lot more about the school. One being the excellent business program, in particular for me, business marketing. That was a big attraction. I got to meet a lot of the people that are a part of that program and got to see what campus life was like as well. It's a very small campus, so that was a big attraction. I got to meet a lot of people really quick and make some really close connections.
That's awesome. Do you think I didn't realize there's that few gymnastics programs in the country left. That's amazing.
Yeah, and two more got cut this year, so we're looking down to about 10.
Wow. So how many of those are division? Is every the same division then?
It's all Division One plus Springfield, so it's basically one big Division One league.
Okay. So are you saying that Springfield's the smallest out of all the
I
programs
guess
out
so,
there?
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
probably
right.
the smallest.
Good for you. I had a lot of good, great athletes have come to the campus. So let me ask this: have you found it? I know there's a lot of obviously sports are important at Springfield, um, but I think the college strikes the right balance between people who want to participate in sports and the academic side. Is that fair to
Mhm.
say?
Yeah, definitely. I have obviously plenty of friends that do athletics and then some that just came forward the academic side of it. This is definitely a college for everyone, not just athletes.
Right. Yeah, I think there was this perception out there that that it is just for athletes or for folks who are in the physical fitness side of things. But I found, to be honest with you, a lot of students that have shown up on campus have the intention of being involved in athletics and ultimately don't end up being involved in athletics or
Mhm.
through injury or whatever purposes get out of it, but still are just passionate about the college. It's really interesting that they've maybe athletics was the main attraction, but then they've morphed into just being appreciative of what the college has to offer beyond that.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that were planning to be on the men's gymnastics team and some didn't make the tryout, some had injuries and they all stayed and I have some friends from Florida, really far that stayed just because they love the college so much.
It is interesting. I'm not, it's I think you can. I didn't go to Springfield, but it's amazing. I've never seen such passionate and such connectivity between members of a college campus as I've seen at this college. It's amazing, and I'm not sure if it happens with that initial camp you guys have, or if it's back to the early orientation period. But something happens there that people just get turned on, and that's it. It's on.
Yeah, you can really meet a lot of people through like June orientation, NSO, there's pre-camp, there's lots of different ways just to meet people really quick.
So what do you think about the size of the campus? Is it about right for you, or is it doesn't it seems like it's a good balance between intimate and not overwhelming somewhere in there.
Yeah, I mean, my dad went to the University of Michigan and he said there were days where he would have to walk 45 minutes to get to a class. Whereas Springfield, I think the longest walk I have is maybe 10. Everything's super close. It's really convenient. I love the size. It works great for me.
Do you think it was easy to meet people at the college?
Yeah, the classes are definitely smaller. It's not like Big Ten schools where you're having 300 to 400 per lecture. It's smaller classrooms, so you really get to meet the people in your classrooms, do projects with them, partner work, which I really enjoyed and got to meet a lot of people.
Yeah, like I said, the class size is probably 25 tops, but a lot of them are less than that. So it's I think it's good. And yet, as a faculty member too, we get the chance to know the students. So it's a lot different. We're not these people are not faces that we don't see all the time. And by the time you're honestly as a senior major, business
Mhm.
major, you're going to see a professor, the good chance to see him a couple times, so you can build
Yeah.
that rapport, which is, I think, great. And also, I think you've been my advisee for since you got here too. So
Mhm.
that's part of it is that you get to know faculty members through their advising process also.
Yeah, your professors definitely remember you.
I think for general, and I think they speaking from my side, the professors here are really passionate about what they do. They care about the students. It's not a research-oriented institution where you can't get access to the profs. I do think there's a closeness between the students and the faculty that is pretty unique. Like I said, your dad going to Michigan, he probably didn't have access to a lot of his professors as you would have.
No, it was very hard to reach out to them. Staying after class wasn't really an option, whereas at Springfield College, you can do all of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let me ask this: what do you think about the amenities on campus in terms of dining, housing, all the things that the library, all those things, the tangible aspects of the college?
I can start with dining. We have a new dining service. I believe it's called Harvest Table, correct? Yeah. The food is really good. There's lots of options. It's definitely improved as the years have went on, which is great. There's vegan options. There's sandwiches, salads. There's always lots of options, which is great for me. Housing wise, same thing. There's lots of different dorms. I know as a freshman, there's only a certain amount of dorms you can pick from, but as you go up in the class level, you can do apartment style living. When you're a senior, you can have a townhouse, you can go off campus. So lots of different variety with housing. I love my dorm. I'm an international hall, which, 8 floors, lots of choices. I have a really big room. So it works great for me. And what was the third thing you said? Like the
Well, I was thinking
library.
about the recreational facilities also.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, well, Blake is great. That's where I go for my gymnastics practices. The gym is great. The main gym, there is like a lot of space. That's where we do our home show, which is a big thing for the men's gymnastics team. Lots of events are held at Blake. Like I said, everything's there. It's great. I enjoy all of it.
That's awesome. So let me ask this: how come you decided to choose business as a major?
For me, I always had a big attraction with just marketing and social media, graphic design, that type of the side of the business world. I do a lot of work with social media. Um, I guess I consider myself as a content creator. I've made projects for brands before. I have worked for companies. I've ran social media accounts. I've made graphics. I've made videos. That's pretty much like my forte back home coming into college. It's my little side hustle where I can make some money. So coming into it, I definitely wanted to not only pursue that further, but get the knowledge behind it. What makes customers want to buy something, want to click on something, and getting that background knowledge has really helped me. And the connections too with the professors and lots of different people that I've met.
Yeah, I tell you one thing that makes marketing side fun. It's ever changing. Accounting, and I'm not going accounting, but I mean, the gap principles don't change every year, right? But you know, week to week, marketing changes, and not just I don't mean marketing by just promotions, but just new products, new distribution, new outlets. I mean, we didn't have the internet and social media like we do. I mean, it changes every week, so it's just amazing. So it's cool to be on kind of the front lines of innovation too. So that's awesome. So let me ask this: in terms of, I know you haven't done an internship yet. I suspect you will, if one, if not two. But you've
Yes.
encounters with you mentioned previously your encounters with other alums in the business school graduates in the well, Greg was in marketing. He was a marketing major, I believe.
Yeah.
But anyway, your encounters with other business alum.
Yeah. The most memorable one would definitely be Greg Woods. Like I said, he's a Springfield College alum. I believe he was on the basketball team when he went
Volleyball.
here. Volleyball. Okay. I got to have a breakfast with him, which was set up through the business program. Brenda Canning, she made that happen. He came to the campus. We had a breakfast. I got to ask any question possible about business. He was brutally honest, gave me like the inside hacks of what got him to Converse. He now works there straight out of Boston, doing really well, really successful. After the breakfast, he then came to my classroom and put on a big presentation, brought a ton of Converse shoes, talked about them, talked about the bestsellers, how just the inside of how the business world works, which is what I took a lot from it. I asked a lot of questions and he answered a lot. And so that was probably my most memorable. There was also, same thing, Brenda Canning set up a meeting with, his name was Joe Femia. He is the senior vice president of Lennox Advisors out of New York City. So he came, he was also a Springfield College alum, I believe. And it was a sit down meeting where he actually helped me build my resume. I
Cool.
brought one in, he looked over it, changed almost all of it, which I would have never known. I thought my resume was great. I was going to start submitting it. He showed me exactly what to change, what was needed, what wasn't. And if it wasn't for him, like I said, I would have submitted these resumes over the summer and it just wasn't as strong. So same thing, completely honest. He asked me a ton of questions. I asked him a ton of questions and I really got a lot out of it. And I used all this knowledge. Same with Greg Woods, as my time went on here at Springfield College.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, you're only a sophomore, but you already met some great folks. And one thing you'll continue to find is that the alumni connection is super strong. You know, once again, and just a very impressive aspect of the college. It's very unique. If you walk through an airport with your Springfield College sweatshirt on, you're going to have people stopping you no matter where you are, any airport across the country.
Oh, it's funny you say that. I was actually at the beach last summer, Ocean City, Maryland, and my dad had a Springfield Athletics shirt on. We got stopped by at least 3 or 4 people, and this is in Maryland, nowhere near, New England, Massachusetts area. They would stop and say, "Oh, my daughter went to Springfield, my cousin did, my dad," just all these people, and they would all had such great things to say about it.
It's unreal. It's for such a small college to have kind of that type of appeal. It's pretty cool. It's
Yeah.
unique. It's unique. You know, Greg Woods. He was an undergrad with us and played volleyball, and then he signed on to the MBA program or 1 year MBA program.
Yeah.
After that, and then he got the opportunity at the NCAA and was there for it was like an extended internship, but it was hard to get. It was very competitive, and he got that internship, the NCAA, and then ended up at Converse and is doing well since. But like I said, whole package, just a really pleasant guy, really sharp, and really he's got it together. So that's awesome. Um, yeah, I was going to ask you. You know, one of the things I think that once again, you're a sophomore, so your first year, your first 2 years, you really do a lot of the core courses and like. So it's not too heavily on the business courses. But I'll ask you about some of the courses you found most interesting to date.
Um, Well, ironically, probably my most memorable courses and most enjoyable ones I had were two of yours. It was your marketing course and the one I'm in with you right now, the service marketing. Those were definitely my two favorite that I've been in, just because with your courses, in particular the marketing ones, we look we don't just study marketing and like the behind the scenes, but marketing that's happening in the real world. We watch videos, we do current events, we talk about real world issues, what's happening, because marketing is forever changing, it's forever evolving. And yeah, I've got to really learn the insides of it, but also just, yeah, what's happening in the world. We watch Shark Tank, like I said, we do current events. I've learned so much, and same thing, I've applied that towards the business I kind of do on the side where I'm making content and working with brands, and it's really helped me out with that business as well.
That's awesome. Thanks for saying that. Kudos. Good. That's awesome. Glad to
Yeah,
hear
of
that. But
course.
you know, one of the things that I think that I try and do, and I think others, you know, will try and do as you get along, because I mean, there's certain content we have to cover, but then you try and bring it to life. And I can do a little bit of that with the services marketing class. And I assigned you a case today. We did a little Shark Tank, but you want to do more cases. We have a simulation project coming up down the road. So I think one of the things that you're going to find as you move through even more business courses, that they're going to be application oriented, right? So there's going to be cases and things they're going to need in the real world, like even the computer classes you're going to take. Those are going to help you, you know, be coming right out of the gate that are going to help your career. So there's been a real focus in our department is to try and have practical application of knowledge, you know, right away. So, you know, we're skill building. That's the hope, and that you know we want our folks to be attractive when they're looking for jobs, and to have resumes built up there, part of which can be an internship, but the other part is the academic side that's not just focused on the textbooks, but beyond that as well. So I think that's a true focus. I think it's going to help our current and future graduates.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of real world stuff. That's what I enjoy the most.
Lots of it's still early, man. You got a ways to go. It's only your sophomore year, and it's it gets better. It really does, because I think even as you move along, Billy, you're going to find that you're taking classes that you really want to take. Not that I'm saying the core courses aren't interesting, but then you get down to the meat of it, and all your business classes, and I think you appreciate those.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'm not a history guy, not a science guy, but seeing something titled social media marketing, I was all for it, all about it. So definitely very looking forward to future classes to take.
So we have I'll be seeing you in a few short weeks to scheduling advising again one more time.
Yep. Another one. Yep.
It's happening again. Quick March, when March rolls around, that's us starts and we off to running. And you know what happens, I think, also is your junior, senior, they go so fast, it just goes so quick. I know unfortunately, it has not been a traditional start for you all, because of the pandemic, but
Yeah.
I truly hope for closer to normal, for fall and beyond. So let's hope so.
I hope so.
Okay. So those folks watching this, anything you want to add before we check out anything about your thoughts on the college and the marketing major? Anything else you want to share?
Um, Not too much other than just to really solidify the fact that I've had a great time here. I'm continuing to learn every day, not just with athletics, but the marketing program, my classes, my core classes, electives I'm taking. It all kind of makes me like, it rounds me up as one strong character. Like I said, I've applied this to many real life situations, continuing to learn. I've met so many people, students and professors, advisors. It all really just ties into like the one perfect combination that I wanted looking for a school. Because it's intimidating picking a school at first because you're committing essentially for at least 4 years, give or take if you transfer. But who wants to do that? You want to find the place for you, the home for you. And I definitely found it at Springfield College.
That's awesome. We'll end on that note, man. You're a great interview, kid.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. So anyway, hey, thanks again for helping out, Billy, and appreciate that. And if you get any inquiries, I'll be sure to send them your way, because you're a
Yeah, send them my way.
terrific spokesperson for us, my man.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for asking.
Thanks, Billy. All right, take care and enjoy the rest of the day. Once again, thanks for helping out. Okay.
You too. Thank you. Have a good
Take
day.
care.